When I was 24 years old, I met a girl and decided within just a couple months of meeting her that I was going to move across the country with her. She was going to go to school on the other side of the country. And I, just being a 24-year-old boy, I was like, I'll go with you. We just met, but I'll do that. And so I upended my life, got rid of everything that couldn't fit into the back of this little like Saturn car, like a little coupe. And we road tripped across the country and moved to California. And that was the first time in my life when I had just eliminated everything, got rid of everything that wasn't absolutely essential. If it couldn't fit in the back of a car, and very little can fit in the back of a car, it didn't come with. The second time I did this was when I was about 30 years old. Again, chasing a girl. This time we moved the other way across the country. And this time I sold everything, got rid of everything that couldn't fit into the back of a Subaru Legacy. Slightly bigger vehicle, could fit a little bit more stuff in there. But I share this because the most free that I've ever felt in my life has been in those periods of time when I had the least amount of stuff holding me down, feeling as though I had the most ability to just go on a whim and do whatever I wanted, not feeling like I had to take care of this house or take care of all these items or these expensive things. And as we become more successful and you start winning more in the money game, there's this natural tendency to accumulate things, trappings of success, and these things that we own, they start to own us more and more, and we become a prisoner to these toys and things in our lives that we acquired that would bring us joy, but in reality it's just a burden. And I think quite often about this old Stoic quote, which is, he is wealthiest who is content with least. He is wealthiest who is content with the least. If you had no desires, if you had nothing that you needed in your life, you could be content right now. You could feel like a king. You could feel wealthy beyond all belief just in the clothes that you're wearing, because you don't need more than that. And I think that's a really interesting mindset. It's one that I've been trying to adopt over the last decade or so, of trying to live simply and trying to not allow the things in my life to own me. And so I live a very simple life. I drive a very simple car. I drive a Toyota Prius, the Prius C, mind you, which is the small Prius. If you've ever been into my office, it's very simple. There's not a lot going on in there. I don't have a lot of stuff. I don't have many things that, you would expect. And my life is quite simple. I don't go out partying. I don't do a lot of crazy stuff because I've focused on doing as much as I can, trying to embody the words that Marcus Aurelius said over 2,000 years ago, which is to live a life of satisfaction. Simply do what is essential. Do less, but better. What I want to share with you are a couple of areas of my life or areas of your life where I encourage you to think, what is the less but better here? And the first area I want to share is friends. What does it mean to have fewer friends, but better friends? You might be surprised that a lot of the people in your life that you consider to be friends right now are not actually the people that you would call at 3 a.m. when your life is crumbling down around you. And that is the litmus test that I apply to the moniker of friend. If I can't call you from some third world country's prison and trust that you're going to drop everything and do whatever it takes to come get me out, you're not really a friend. You're friendly. You're a person I might like, but you're not a friend. And I would encourage you to ask yourself, who are the people that if they called you from some third world country's prison and is like, hey, I need your help, who would you drop everything and go get? Those are your friends. Those are the people that truly matter. And instead of just trying to acquire more and more people into your life, I encourage you to go deeper with the few people that really matter. And you might be surprised by how few people that can realistically be. You might only have 4 people in your life that meet that high standard. But those relationships will serve you so much better than 50 parasocial relationships where you are friendly, you're acquaintance, but when you're in a room with these people, you still feel lonely, you still feel invisible. Find those few people that you can go deep with and make a lasting relationship for life with, and go deep. Second area, if you want to live a low maintenance life, is pursue fewer opportunities. Make the opportunities you go after better. When you're young, you don't know what's going to be a good opportunity, and so you have to kind of compensate for your lack of wisdom, your lack of judgment, and your lack of discernment with just pure energy. Right? When you're new to a game, you have to make up for your lack of skill with gusto, and you have to run with chaotic energy from point to point to point, because you haven't figured out the strategies and the tactics that would allow you to win the game with less expenditure of energy. But there comes a point, and it comes pretty quickly, when you need to stop chasing so many opportunities and stick with the ones that are in front of you that are actually moving the needle. And this is one of the curses of success, is that as you have more success, more resources, more opportunities come to you, and you continually have to hone that skill of saying, no, I'm going to stay focused on this one. It's a very difficult skill. But a lot of the anxiety that I've gotten in my life as I've become more successful has come as a result of bringing on too many new opportunities rather than saying no to the 90% so I could stay focused on the 10% that really, really matters. Another idea is to consume less, but consume better. So instead of reading 100 books this year that don't matter, maybe go read the 10 books that are the most impactful in a domain, or reread the 10 books that have had the biggest impact on your life, the 10 authors that you enjoy the most. Instead of just reading broadly, go deep. Instead of consuming hours of content on social media, go intentionally and find the best content to consume. There's so much out there. There's so many books, there's so many movies, there's so many videos. And I've been there myself where you might resonate with this, where you get on Netflix and you're scrolling and you're like, nope, I've seen that. And you find a movie that you know is going to be shitty. And you're like, well, I got nothing better to do. We'll see what this is about. And you watch a shitty movie. It's like you just consumed empty calories. And so instead of consuming crap, stand guard at the gate of your mind and only allow in that which is going to nurture and nourish. So consume less, but consume better. Here's another interesting one, is have less stuff, better stuff. You don't need to be cheap. I'm not saying you need to go get rid of everything, but of the things that you do have in your life, I encourage you to put it through the filter of, does this bring me joy? This is Maria Kondo, right? Like, does this spark my soul with joy? Does it make me happy to own this thing? Do I enjoy the beauty of this item that I possess? If the answer is no, maybe get rid of it. Maybe only fill your life with things that you are proud to have, that fill you with joy when you use them, when you see them. I have a pen that I love to use. It's like a $150 pen, which for a lot of people, they're like, why would you spend $150 on a pen? Because it makes me feel good to write with it. I love using it. I love holding it in my hands. I love what it says about me as a person and how highly I value the written word or the ability to communicate an idea. It's like an emblem of who I want to live up to. And so fill your life with those things. Don't fill your life with just useless crap that sits in a closet collecting dust. Less junk, more jewels. Less. Number 5. I don't know why I said number 5. These aren't necessarily a list, but now it is. This one is interesting. Okay, so fewer activities, but better activities. So you probably have a to-do list. If you're like most successful people, that's like basics 101. You need to have a to-do list. Your to-do list is probably filled with a whole lot of stuff that doesn't actually move the needle, doesn't actually matter. And if you want to have a low maintenance life, the key is just to focus the limited amount of time and energy you have on this planet on things that actually matter. Man, think about how much better off we'd all be as a civilization if everybody just cut out all the things that was the white noise and instead zeroed in on the signal, the things that actually mattered in their life, that actually moved them forward towards their goals. I feel very strongly that the world would be a better place if each one of us collectively, individually, just focused on doing less with our lives, but doing the things that we do with our lives better. whatever that might be. If you're a garbage man, be the best garbage man that you can be. If you're a writer, be the best writer that you can be. If you're a videographer, be the best videographer. If you're just a brother, be the best brother that you can be. Like, take on fewer roles, fewer titles, and just say, I don't have place for that role in my life. I'm too busy trying to be the best this. That might be, I'm just trying to be the best mother I can be. And that's a great thing, right? Like, you don't need to have 10 different roles, 10 different activities you're pursuing. Find the ones that really matter and lean into them. Do less, but do them better. And I think if you can do that, you will have crafted a simple life. You will have a low maintenance life, and you will have a life that fills you with far more contentment, far more joy, and far more meaning. So take this, run with it, and I will see you in the next episode.